Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reefs. In today's episode we're going to cover the next part in the series of what makes my tank tick, and today that's going to be mechanical filtration. Alright, so I know mechanical filtration, and more specifically filter socks, is one of those things that a lot of people either love or hate. And I'm happy to say that I absolutely love them. I know there's a lot of science behind not running them and letting the organisms flow through your tank. If there's big enough chunks there, the skimmer will take it out. And if you're running a fuge, you might want those things to get in there and help your fuge grow. I don't know, maybe I'm a lazy reefer. I don't like having to clean detritus out of my sump, even though it still builds up in there with filter socks, but I feel like it builds up a lot slower. I just like filter socks, and if I had the room in my sump, I would definitely run an automated filter roll so I didn't have to change out the filter socks, but I don't have room, so I use filter socks. Now, the filter socks I try to replace maybe every 5 to 6 days. Sometimes it might slip out from 7 or 10 days. I only run 2 4-inch filter socks. I get them from a place called Filtration in Melbourne. They custom make them to the type you want, whether you want the nylon, whether you want the felt, what micron you want, what length you want them, what diameter neck you want them, and of course the quantity you want them in. They're very affordable price. They're made in Melbourne in Australia, and I've never been let down by them. I buy them at about a dozen at a time. A dozen normally last me about 6 months. When I'm finished with them, I take them out of the tank. I collect them up till I got about 10. Then I put them into the washing machine. That's just how I clean them. I don't bother hosing them out or turning them inside out or bleaching them, any of that jazz. I literally chuck them in the washing machine as they are, with no detergent, obviously. Nothing else in the washing machine, obviously. I put it on a high level in the washing machine. I let it do its thing. I let them dry for a few days, and then they're good to go. Doing that sort of carefree approach, I find putting them in the washing machine probably does wear the socks out a little bit quicker than if I hand wash them with the hose. But to be honest, at the price they are, I'm happy to chuck them in the washing machine. It makes for lazy reefing, but also makes things easy. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm really interested in. So. All right, it's not just in my main display tank that I like to run filter socks. I also run them out in my water storage area. I like to run the big 8-inch filter socks on my IBC. They fit really neatly in the neck of an IBC, and then when I pump the water just over on itself, it polishes it up as it goes. And IBCs, even though I tend to try to cover them up a bit, they still get a little bit of algae and stuff growing in there. As soon as you put that filter sock on there, give it a run for like 20 minutes every month. It'll just polish all that stuff, pull it all out of the tank. And in fact, if I lift this filter sock up, you'll see how much stuff that's collected. Now, I'm taking that out here before it gets into my display tank. In my books, that's a win. The other place I run filter socks is even once I've pumped water into this tub, which is the tub that I draw. You can see my automatic water change lead here. Goes down into this tub. I like to run the little filter socks, the 4-inch necks with the long sock. I have a pump in here that just pumps over on it again, just to, if there's any dust that falls in here, any bugs, anything I don't want, any algae growing, it's going to pull it out. Plus, it's also a really neat way to just keep that water moving and aerated. I'll get the camera in so you can have a look. Filter socks work for me. Definitely not saying it's the only way to go, but I run filter socks in my tank. They're the socks I run. If you have any questions about mechanical filtration or the socks I use or anything like that, feel free to hit me up in the comment section down below. And if you don't want to miss out on any of the future parts of this series of what makes my tank tick, or of course any of my other videos coming up, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss any of the videos coming out in future. Thanks guys, have a good one. Take easy out there, make sure you stay safe, and keep reefing. Cheers, bye.